This episode of the Community Workbench podcast is sponsored by yours truly, Matt Noren of Remax Bell Park. For all of your real estate needs, call me 860-428-6534. Welcome to the Community Workbench. This is Matt Noren, Kyle Morrissey for your 100th episode. At the bench, we try to repair the sense of community. So every week we bring you small businesses, entrepreneurs, community leaders, charities, pretty much where we feel like talking to. And this week, we feel like talking to the Soucy Brothers. Hi, Don. Hi, Rick.
Oh, hi, Matt.
How you guys doing?
Don't say a word.
Don't say a word. Perfect.
Hello.
Hello. So how long have you guys been doing carpentry?
Do you have a measuring tape?
Since the age of 13.
Age of 13?
Yeah, and I'm 67.
Yeah, 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're the second or third generation?
Second generation.
Second generation.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys must have seen it all. Was there codes back then? Is there codes?
There were codes back then, but
codes.
they were very loose.
More lenient, yeah.
Yeah, more lenient
Yeah.
in those days. Yeah.
Was it better or worse?
Today,
Yeah.
if you're gonna build something today, it's probably 30% metal and 70% wood.
That's crazy.
Where in the olden days, it was probably 5% for the nails,
Yeah.
and everything else was wood. But today,
Right.
because of the hurricanes and structural ticos, joist hangers, flinch plates, columns, and all that stuff, yeah, it's gone crazy.
It's wild because there was a video online, and I can't remember if it was Japan or China, but they were taking apart a 1,500-year-old house, and it was all Japanese joinery.
Oh yeah, joinery, yeah,
No,
Yeah.
all locks,
no glue,
Yeah.
no fastener, and the
Yeah.
whole thing.
yeah,
It was 1,500 years old,
yeah, and you can take it apart and move it.
and it's probably been through multiple tsunamis.
Yeah,
Yep.
And I just think
Oh, yeah.
that's crazy how much metal they legally have to have
Yeah.
now. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah. And the thing that sort of I don't understand. I'm not an engineer. I don't get it, but it's like some of the plates that you have to put, like let's say in the corner of a garage for wind shear, right? So you have this plate that bolts down to a bolt that goes into the cement that comes up, but then in that plate, which is probably, like, depending on what you have, a 3.5 inch or 5.5 inch stud, in that plate for like a foot up, there's got to be like 50 nails, 50 Tico nails that you put in their place, and they're probably like 3/8 of an inch apart, staggered. But what does that do to the fibers? I mean, I just don't get that. I mean,
Yeah.
I try to understand that rationale, and I
Yeah.
get it, but it's just like you just tore every fiber that was in that end piece of wood connecting to the
Right.
cement
That corner.
and just ripped it apart
Yeah.
in a line.
Yeah. It's peppered.
It peppered, yeah. And I just look at that, and it's frustrating sometimes, because for me it doesn't make sense. But I don't have a stamp, so if I had a stamp, trust me, I would use it.
What's your like educational background?
High school, one semester of college, and then I realized college was not going to be my forte. So then when I end up leaving college, my brother was working for one of my uncles up in Vermont.
I worked up there for 5 years
Yeah, I worked
doing
up there for
the
5
doing construction up there. Work was a little slow back in the later part of the 70s, so I went up there and worked for him.
Yeah, late 70s,
Yeah.
76.
In 70, yeah, 79, yeah, I moved up around 79, 80. Moved up there, did a lot of construction up there, learned a lot of new techniques that I really didn't learn around here in Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
The exterior building, rafters, doing different round roofs and octagonal roofs. It was very interesting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you go to college?
I did not go to college, but I went to 12. That's it.
Went to 12. And did you guys take a tech school or
Negative.
regular
No.
public
Our
school?
No.
tech school started at 12 years old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You learn the sheet. You go pick up that piece of wood. You bring it over here. When you're done, bring it over here. Bring it back over there. We're gonna keep you busy all day long.
Awesome.
Yeah, we learned the hard way.
Yeah. Was it worse winters up in Vermont?
Their winters
longer?
are a little bit colder, longer.
Yeah.
They don't. They have 3 seasons. You got the spring, not spring. They got the
Mud season.
fall mud season,
Mm-hmm.
and winter mud season in the fall. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, mud season is 3 months long, which is beautiful.
Yeah. What brought you back down here?
When I was working up in Vermont, actually, I'll share a story. I was working back in Vermont. We were working on Magic Mountain, Bromley Mountain. There's three mountains. in there. Stratton Mountain. And so they were doing condos on the trails. So you'd get there, and if it wasn't snowing, they were making snow. And you were so close. You were so close to the trails because all these people got these condos that they can just ski
Slopeside.
down into
The
the thing.
snow
and
guns
slope
were right
down
there.
and then ski back down to their place, right? But yeah, it was a unique experience.
Huh.
Unique experience. I mean, it was snowing every day, no matter what. Sun shining, 34 degrees outside, and they're blowing snow in those blow guns, the big snow guns they got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you guys do more residential or carpentry? I mean, more residential or commercial?
Residential.
Residentials
yeah,
are-
yeah.
are primary.
primarily. Yeah, I would say like 90% was
Residential.
residential instead of commercial.
Yeah. And now you guys are semi-retired. So what was like your schedule like when you were like at your peak, or like when you guys were working the most?
We had to get up every day, early,
Every day?
every day to go to work early. And it was regiment. Don had his own set of people that he worked for, contractors, builders, and I had my set of contractor builders. We had 2 framing crews going on for a while,
We had 2 framing crews and a siding.
and a siding crew. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
we had
had
20 something people working
yeah,
for
like
us.
26, 27 people. Yeah, working at us at one point. We're doing pretty good until Uncle Sam walked in, and he liked us more than we liked him. Yeah.
I kind of jumped the gun. I think we need a toast.
I don't like butter on mine.
Okay.
Matt is now pouring Kool-Aid in a glass.
You have a great voice for commentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here on our
Cheers.
100th
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Okay. Thank-
Very brave of
Yeah.
you.
We're brave of you to have us.
That's pretty good. So that's the Colonel Taylor that I got from Northeast Wine and Spirits. Shout out to Northeast Wine and Spirits down the road. So you had over 20 people working for you. What time did you, or when did you guys either take over the business or did you buy somebody out?
No, my father and my uncle, a couple of my uncles actually went to New York, and my father and my uncle came here to Connecticut and worked for H&R. H&R was a big
Framing company
framing company
Down-
back in the day.
back in the day.
So they worked for
Early
them for
60s,
about-
60s.
No, 2 years, 3 years.
He worked for him for about 3 years, from
Yeah.
57 to 61. He
Yeah.
worked for them.
And then they went off on their own. They decided to
They
go off
started
on
they started their own business there in
started their own
Connecticut
business, Yeah.
in 1962. They've had the business since then.
Yep.
And then me and Don took over in 85
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
when I
My
came
uncle-
back from Vermont. Yeah,
My uncle, who was partners with my dad, ended up moving back to Canada
and took her back. Yeah,
to be a pig farmer. His on his side of the family, the wife's side of the family, they owned a big, huge farm, and they were pig farmers. So he had enough, and his health wasn't that great. So he decided he'd go back to Canada and do
rather
that.
go
So
smell pig poop.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah.
And that's
A
nasty.
little lighter than a 2x12, unless it's frozen. If it's frozen, that's a whole different thing. Yeah.
Awesome. Now they were French, right? They didn't.
Yes.
they didn't
100%
really
French,
speak-
yeah.
Canadian, yeah.
speak
No.
English.
Canadian.
Very little English.
So you guys learned carpentry in French,
Yep, we learned everything in French.
and then you taught my kids some colorful language in French.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Most people don't know what they mean, and makes
Yeah,
it
yeah.
even more interesting.
They won't get mugged in France. Let's put it that way.
Awesome. Did you guys primarily use hand tools when you first started? Was there any power tools?
Oh, they're power.
Or power
Yeah,
tools.
they're power
Yeah.
tools.
We didn't have any air compressors,
No pneumatic.
no pneumatic
pneumatic.
whatsoever. We didn't have any of that for the longest time. I don't recall when we started that. That's got to be in like the 90s
Oh, really?
when we started
Yeah, I would
pneumatics.
say like the late
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah, late part of the 90s because we just said, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's why they gave you a hammer and an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a big family on my mom's side, big family on my dad's side, and I would say 80% of the men in the business were in the trades,
During the trades.
carpenters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so that was like
carpenters.
that was like
Wow.
yeah. So we'd have one brother come to New York or one brother come to Connecticut, and he'd be sending money home for his folks and stuff, and they would see that he's doing really well and stuff like that, and he'd say, "I got a brother. Do you want him to come down?" And back then, immigration wasn't what it is today.
No.
Depend on the time of night that you crossed over. But you knew the guy because they're very small communities.
Yeah.
So so they that they all say so. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my dad's brothers ended up in Connecticut or the United States or New York.
The Long Island, New York. Yeah. They
Yeah.
they all came down and worked for my father and my uncle first before they vegged off somewhere else.
Yeah.
Every one of them. I'd say probably 90% of my uncles worked for my father. Then the 3 of them went to Long Island. They started their business there. 2 of them went to Vermont, started their business there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
Yeah,
yeah.
my father was the oldest boy in the family. He was the second one in the family, but he was the oldest boy. So he was the first one to venture out and then made the phone calls. And
Yeah.
Got everybody.
And everybody followed down, yeah, and they all stayed at my parents' house. We all had a little 3-bedroom house,
Yeah.
and we made everything work.
Yeah.
Sometimes we had like 10, 12 people at the house. It was insane. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
it was fun.
It was always a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's like my dream. Kyle wants
We
to be
know.
alone for the rest of his life. I love a house full of people. I
You
think
should get him started sleeping on the floor then. He gets used to it.
And use that area.
so they kind of lived out the American dream, huh?
Pretty
They did.
much. They did.
Got them.
Yeah.
did.
They did.
Went out on their
Yep.
own.
They did very well. They went on their own, started their own companies, and did very well.
Yeah.
And a couple of them have moved back to Canada. So it's sort of funny because they because the exchange rate. Let's say you end up, by the time you decide to sell and you have the exchange rate, well, let's say you had 500 grand when you left, selling the house, the business, and everything, right? Well, when we went to Canada, you're a millionaire. Because the exchange rate was
Yeah.
like
was
You,
that
you
much?
doubled. You doubled your money.
So how do you not do
Yeah.
that?
But when
right?
you buy a book in America, it's always more expensive in Canada.
It is.
That's the healthcare.
Because
Billionaire is kind of like
Yeah,
being.
it costs more money to teach you to read there.
It's another
There's a
language.
tax on learning. Yeah, they tax everything.
Yeah. Both governments know how to tax really well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if you were mentoring a young carpenter, inspired carpenter, what would you say? Go to tech school? Did you ever work with anyone at a tech school?
We did. We did work with a couple people from tech school, and when they worked for us, we said, "Forget everything you learned in tech school. This is the
That's
new way
true.
of doing."
That's
One of
very
those.
It is because there's certain ways they do it at tech school, which I understand has got the rules and regulations. But when you come out in the real world, it's another thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got things come flying at you. You don't know what the other person is going to do to you or come at you or something like that. I mean, you're hauling wood. He drops it. It might drop on your foot.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember. So I didn't take carpentry at Ellis, but I took architectural. So I kind of like knew the parts.
Yeah. Yeah. You knew the conversation.
And when I was asked to get like a 2x6, like I knew what that was.
Yeah.
And he told me that the kid before me he hired, and he was like valedictorian out of some carpentry tech school.
Yep.
And he would always have it down a size. So if he asked for a 2x4,
Get a 2x3.
he'd give him a 2x6,
Oh,
or he'd give him 2x6 because it wasn't 4 inches.
okay. All right. Yeah. 3.5.
Yeah.
Measuring every piece.
Yeah.
He had an issue with that, and he was graduated tech school.
Well, it depends on who you work for. I mean, we had a couple people out of the tech school, But the thing that you have to understand is when you come out of tech school, you have a certain amount of knowledge, but you don't have all the knowledge. And when my dad was in business, we would frame 2 raised ranches a week.
Wow.
2 raised ranches a week. And
Yeah.
we had 8 guys.
Yeah, hey,
We
eight
had
guys.
8 guys.
2 days, and that's all stick framing, no trusses,
Yep.
no nothing.
And the builder that we had basically it was either going to be a raised ranch or a colonial. And he had he'd buy these tracts of land, and so foundation
Develop
after
it.
foundation after foundation.
Yeah.
So at the end, you didn't need a blueprint. You didn't need to
Right.
follow
you knew
anything. You
it.
just
it
knew
was
exactly
your
what it
cutter
was.
would know all
Yeah.
the sizes.
So,
and just
Yeah.
cut
my-
a pile
Exactly.
of wood. And
Yeah.
So
install
if there
it.
was a change, the builder would come. If there was a change, my dad would take out. He was a smoker. He'd take out a cigarette matches, and then he'd write the change on the back of the cigarette match because he'd always have it with him. 'Cause it was always in there. Yeah. It wasn't a big paper, so it's that door is going to switch over to here. We're going to put 2 closets in this room, or we're going to do that. And he would just he didn't write English. He wrote a little bit of French.
Yeah.
He could sign his name, and he could speak some English and speak very good French. But so that was his tablet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we
the
did it.
end of his batch book. So he'd open that thing up and he'd say, "Oh no, that window's smaller. Or they changed it. They wanted it over there or whatever." But we got to know the houses so good. But
Yeah.
it was they drop off the lumber, and by the time that we were finishing up the roof, they had already started. The other 4 guys had already started putting the plates on the other foundation. But it was just like cookie cutter. It was like cookie cutter stuff, and that was okay for a while. But as we got to be a little bit older, we enjoyed some of the challenges
More,
of some of the homes.
more unique homes.
Yeah, unique
more
homes. Yeah,
customized.
yeah. Because you learn a lot when you sort of force yourself into that position.
Yeah.
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 Was this back when they did the flooring on a 45? The subfloor was on a 45, and then
No, that was
No.
way before us. That was
No.
way before us.
Oh, so you guys
Yeah,
had
yeah.
sheets.
No,
flat.
we had sheet
it was all 1/2-inch plywood on the floor throughout
Okay.
the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And then that's where the oak flooring came in throughout the whole house way back when.
Okay.
Oak flooring was one of those things you just put down. No carpet. It was oak flooring. Point A to point B.
Yeah.
And from the
Before the walls, you put down.
No,
the-
after
the
everything
walls.
was framed
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Okay.
and then the materials that we've been through for the exterior siding, and not the exterior siding, but the exterior sheathing. We've gone from plywood, and then we went to homosote, the blackboard.
The blackboard?
which is like a cardboard.
Which,
Yeah.
It was like a
That's
1/2
horrible.
inch.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If you were working in
If you
September,
spill your coffee on it, it's gonna crumble.
if you're working in September and you had to cut that stuff and you were sweating, I mean, I would take a shower and I would clog the drain because all that stuff would be stuck to my body. It's
that's
like
horrible.
confetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like confetti. And then we went to the 2-inch foam.
A 2-inch foam on that for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went to the 2-inch foam with the metal brackets,
Oh,
the
yeah.
45s and all that stuff. And then, they
the
smartened up. It was like, how do you do siding on 2-inch foam?
Right.
You're
Yeah.
framing a 2-foot.
5-inch nail.
You're putting in like vinyl siding over the top of it, and it's like
Not holding anything.
you got to hit that joist. You got to hit the
stud.
wall
Right,
joist, the
stud,
stud.
yeah.
It's like, oh my God. But yeah, some of the products that we've been through is just like incredible.
Some of it's junk. Nothing but junk.
But I do like the new stuff they have out, like the zip stuff,
I
the
was
zip
gonna
system,
ask
the
about
engineered
zip
stuff.
system.
Yeah,
I-
the
I
zip
don't like
system
the
is
plywood.
phenomenal.
I like the tape,
Yeah.
but I don't like the
Oh,
plywood.
I like the plywood a lot.
Doesn't it?
Oh,
It-
it's
it-
phenomenal.
That's because you think it's like compressed wood.
It's
It's-
not.
it-
It's
it
not
breaks
OSB.
apart.
Yeah, it's not OSB. It's a different
yeah, it's
phrase than
OSB,
OSB.
yeah.
OSB is garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
It's
that-
tighter. It's a tighter grain
Yeah.
for the
It
zip
is-
system.
it's-
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of came in at the tail end. I never switched over, and then
Okay.
I went to realtor. So
All right.
I did not like the plywood. I still you still see some of it. Like it's not like when you buy a sheet of Avantech, and I know that's more expensive.
Yep.
But it's,
Yeah.
it's smoother. It's,
Yeah.
It's smooth.
It's like a true 3/4.
Yeah, and
whereas
that,
this
yeah.
stuff was can be ripply coming out of the machines, and the green.
It does have
layer and
the green.
stuff.
The green is for wall and the red is for the
Right,
ceiling,
for the roof.
roofs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But whenever we do a project, we always use the red.
Yeah, it's a true
For
1/2
everything?
inch. It's a true 1/2 inch.
Yeah, it's true.
The
that was
green
other
is
thing, it was real
7/16.
thin.
Yeah.
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 The green is 7/16.
I mean, it's a 16th. But you're doing windows, you're doing trim and casing on the windows and stuff, and you get a window that's for a 2x4 wall. Now all of a sudden, you're sticking past a little bit. and
Yeah.
You go to do your trim, it's sticking out a little bit, and it's just like, yeah, no, you go with the 1/2 inch.
Gotcha.
yeah.
So nowadays, you guys do decks, garages. What do you do now?
Not so much garages. I mean, Ricky's gonna build one. We're gonna do that. It's tough not to
At your own house?
tough to say
No,
no.
yeah, at my house we got to build a garage for my truck.
Yeah.
They'll finally have a home, and then again, it probably won't because the wife will probably want a different car, and I'll get her a car, and we'll put that in there, and I'll put my truck back outside,
That's the way it
which will
works.
be a beautiful
That's
day.
the way it works. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
You build stuff to put shit in. It's like having a table, right? If you ever notice when you walk around a table upstairs, no matter how flat or how big the
Table
flat
is?
surface is,
It's not enough
it's always full of
surface.
stuff.
Yeah.
Always full
That's
of
what
stuff.
Ben said
no
last
matter
week.
what.
He's a carpenter, and he goes,
Yeah.
he had more outbuildings than they knew what to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
with, and they're all full.
Yeah.
Awful. And I asked him, do you have an office in one of them? Nope.
No room.
A file thing of matchbooks, apparently.
from years ago.
And all these blueprints.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what kind of projects you guys take on like nowadays?
Very little. The smaller project though that two of us can handle without breaking a big sweat. Nothing heavy.
You did a great job on my mom's deck, I'll say that. It came out nice.
That did come out nice.
And that was like new products too. Did you see the decking?
Yeah,
That was,
that
Like-
turned pretty gray, huh?
it's like, oh yeah, it turned gray quick.
Yeah.
You gotta
I was surprised by
coat
that.
it with something, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be interested to see how long that actually lasts, because that's like the smoked wood,
It's
right?
they draw the
Yeah.
moisture out of it or something.
with smoke. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's crazy.
supposed to be insect proof and bug proof.
Did your mom put a
Yeah.
finish on that?
See, well, that's who we got to find someone
Like a Thompson's water
That'll
seal or something?
pressure wash it and do it. And
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they have the weather to do it too.
Because I assumed
Winter.
when your brother got that stuff that it already had a finish on it.
That's what I thought too. It was real orangey. I thought that was a color they picked.
Yeah.
That's why when we cut all the ends, we basically Thompson the ends.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can't do it once it's down. So
Yeah.
we Thompson's all the ends to make sure that at least that was sealed.
Yeah. There's been a lot of finishing products that have gone up and down, and because they make those trusts between all the companies that they're not going to use a chemical.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Thompson-
yeah,
Thompson's water seal for a couple of years there was like water.
yeah, yeah. It was It was
And then it came
water
back.
soluble.
Yeah, and then there's like
Products.
they go back and forth a lot of times.
Yeah.
it's wild. Now you've done quite a bit to your house.
I have.
I wanted to talk about it. So it's like craftsman style house with Japanese joinery in some modern stuff.
Let's call it fake Japanese joinery.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I don't have the time left in my life to actually do the joinery that they do, which is terribly remarkable. But I have some stuff that sort of fools the eye.
Yeah.
Because you think that it's all put in, or it's all leaded in, or it's all mortised in and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's just my trick to fool myself into thinking that other people believe in
Tricks
it's
of the
true,
trade.
So I'll ride that horse.
Matt believed it, so.
Well,
I'll ride that horse.
you don't look too close when you like the guy.
Bad karma.
But how many square feet is that first level on the?
The
on
first
your
level
house?
is approximately 16.
And almost every square inch has been done with some sort of carpentry. This is like
Yeah, yeah.
just no
Yeah, yeah.
sheetrock.
There's still some plaster on 2 rooms, the bathroom and a little bit in the library, but everything else has been covered with wood.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
We got to get some good pictures on that
Yeah.
and display it, because that'll hopefully someday be a museum, because that's incredible what you've done there.
Well, I'd like to sell it.
Finish work. Oh,
Are you a realtor? Do you know? You know a good realtor.
I'll find you a good one. Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That would be great.
I don't know if I can trust him.
well, I'm glad we went down there.
24. It took us a long time, but we got there.
What's your favorite project to do?
Favorite
My
projects?
favorite project to do.
I don't have
Yeah.
favorites. I like to do a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
the-
kitchens, like decks. There's no
The ones you
one-
make the most
one-
money.
no, I like
It's
different
not even
projects.
about the money. I mean, it is about the money, but it's not about the money.
No, it's like when you step back and you look and says, yeah, we did a nice job here. Looks really good. Like the lady we did a small job for this week.
Yeah, we just
she
finished
was
today.
we just finished today, and she's so impressed by it. She goes I never know it would look like that. And I told her, well, I looked up YouTube stuff and I figured that's how it came out.
That's
Yeah.
how he became a realtor.
We've been watching YouTube for the last
What-
3 days.
yeah.
And this is how they
How do
suggested that
how
we
do you
do it.
bend this metal? How do you bend this metal? How do you do it like this? How do you do it like that? That's what we do.
Can YouTube anything?
That you can.
Thank goodness.
I would say probably one of my favorite projects that we've done is Ricky has a client that owns
Dun and Foster,
Foster Tobacco
Dun Foster Tobacco,
in
which
Ellington.
is phenomenal people.
and
to
he
work
had
for.
a guy come in from he's American, but he's very high up in the tobacco world. And we ended up not restoring, but there was like a 2,500 square foot area. And, the floors are like this and the walls are all like this. And
Wow.
we ended up turning that place into a really nice stuff. But they sort of gave us carte blanche and to do whatever we wanted. I mean, we tell them, what are you looking for? Well, I want these barn doors over here, and I want the wall to have, horizontal over here, vertical up there, and, whatever. But then they wouldn't even check up on us. He would go to Nicaragua for like 2 or 3 weeks.
A month.
And we were there for like 3 months, 4
Almost
months?
3 months, yeah.
Wow.
4 months.
Yeah, it's about 5 years ago.
And he wanted the nickel gap on all the wood. And
we had to do a shiplap. We had to have a router, and we had to router every one by
single
Oh,
board.
every single.
I
board.
had sawdust that was like
Oh, yeah.
about 15, 16 inches high.
Oh, yeah.
That had like a path where I was walking
Yep.
back with the router like on the left and the right. Then on Fridays we would clean up, but it would take us like 3-4 hours to clean up and get all that sawdust out of it.
Shovel it.
We probably went through about 4,000 board feet of 1 by 12.
Wow.
How many bits?
Oh, it was the same bit.
Same
We had 3 routers.
You had 3 routers going,
Yeah,
yeah.
3 routers
3 different routers going at the
my
same
Yeah, 'cause
time.
they would heat up after one.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They
Then
would
you
heat
put
up
it-
after one.
yeah.
So we had 3 routers go.
Yeah.
Let it cool down.
Yeah,
And
let it
then
cool down.
the other side of the building, which is owned by Foster, they really like. And then we did a humidor for.
We
for
did the
Nick.
humidor for, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Nick
project.
Milano, which owns Foundation Cigars.
Yeah.
And I mean, super nice guy to work for. I mean, he gave us carte blanche of doing whatever.
Yep.
And that humidor came out phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was, probably that one was 9 by 11 humidor.
Yeah.
And we did a whole bunch of shelves and stuff like that for
A
him.
lot of Spanish cedar. Any humor?
No,
No.
Spanish cedar, we couldn't get it, but it was
couldn't get it.
all cedar. It
All
was
cedar. It's
Yeah.
all cedar that we bought from a local company, Willards actually.
Willards.
That one came all from Willards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we went through about 2,000 board feet of that in that side that
Wow.
humidor. Yeah.
And then the guy that owns the Foster side of it, the front side of it, really liked the humidor, so he hired us to build one for him.
Yeah.
In his
And-
house?
No,
No,
in, his,
in-
in
Oh,
the
is it
office building. So
Oh, wow.
there are 2 humidors less than 10 feet apart. but his
there's a
has to be
door.
a little bigger.
Yeah, he goes, mine has to be bigger and nicer than his. Okay, we can do that.
They both sell cigars or just
One Foundation Cigar he's a blender and he sells cigars. Dun and Foster is a tobacco company. They sell to different people like Drew Estates,
sell the
Swishers. They
okay.
sell the leaves.
They
The
sell
Connecticut
raw.
broadleaf is probably one of the best leaves for cigars.
Gotcha.
They're very well known throughout the world.
And did you guys get paid in money or cigars?
Money.
They
Well, actually both.
we get both actually.
Actually both. We'll be sitting there, we're picking up our tools, and all of a sudden,
They come out with a
nice kid that works there, name is Sam, and all of a sudden will be an envelope, like a good size envelope, like a freezer bag, and it's got their
like
name
10,
on it.
10
and stuff,
cigars on
10
it.
cigars, 15 cigars in there, and
Yeah.
I said,
Here you go.
so I said, Sam, I said, somebody put some cigars on the counter. I said, I need to move those so I can work on there. He's like, oh, those are for you.
Wow.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. But really nice people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're super nice.
Really,
people,
really
yeah.
nice people.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are fun projects. So
Right.
you could say it's about the money, but you have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You create a
You're
relationship.
proud too.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
create a relationship with these people, and
Yeah.
it's like I've never been in a place that I can do no wrong.
Until you get home.
But when you go to a place where you can do no wrong,
Yeah.
and even if you do wrong, they're going to pay you to change it. It's like,
How can you go wrong? A beautiful day.
wow, I need a bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to adopt a 60?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we when they hired us, we were only supposed to do a humidor and make his office bigger. And after that, they go, well, could you build us a bar? We need a bar area. Okay, we'll build you a bar area. So we worked there. They kept adding on.
We want a door over here now.
Yeah, now we want a door. Now we got to go through
a cinder block wall.
Through cinder block wall. I go, that's structural. He goes, yeah, you can do it.
Just
cut
get
it.
permission.
Yeah, just cut it out. I go, okay.
Yeah.
But we did it.
We were in there like a whole day. Well, I say whole day. We started at 9 o'clock in the morning. We're done like around 2:30.
Yeah.
So,
That's a huge day for us.
however you wanna-
That's
however you
massive.
wanna work it.
We're tired.
They didn't want to
I don't want to
leave.
make it sound like we're slave drivers.
Well, we didn't want to leave, so we could really stretch this one out.
Yeah. So we spent a whole day from 9 to 2 just doing little shelves like you got over there.
Yeah.
And
All-
it's just
all the way
like,
around.
just like all the way around the building, just like shelves. We want a shelf over here. We want a shelf over there. And every time we show up, it's like, oh, yeah, we want another shelf. We need a little corner shelf.
We were like
Yeah.
their
Yeah. All the
personal
spicy stuff.
handyman for like
Yeah.
6
Well,
months.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool when you can kind of walk. I still kind of struggle with it once in a while. You walk away from a deal or
Yeah.
get paid, and it's like you didn't build anything.
Yeah.
You know, a stack of papers.
Remember the TV show? I can't think of her name, but she was a newscaster, news announcer. It was a comedy.
Oh, well,
She had,
with the painter.
with the painter. She had a painter that actually lived in the house. His name was Eldon. So he actually lived in the house because every day she kept him busy doing something like that. So it's sort of like that feeling. It's like, yeah.
And we went on one day. Till now we go. We got to go to Nick's
Nick's place.
Yeah, we got to go to Nick's place.
I said, what are we
We
doing?
go, what are we doing? I
He
go,
goes, we're hanging pictures.
we're hanging pictures.
I laughed. I was like, hey, okay,
Really?
all right. All right, we get there. We hung pictures
we hung pictures for 2 days.
for 2 freaking days.
We hung
Like posters, like cigar posters.
Yeah.
Big cigar
from
painter.
different countries. They all
He goes, I want you to
made
hang
up
some pictures.
collages and stuff.
No, you just put you guys on the payroll and just
Yeah.
like, it wasn't by the job.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I walk in, I said, what are we doing? We're hanging pictures. They can't hang pictures?
Nope.
A nail? Hang.
It's not the same. They had to be strategically put in place.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd ask,
Yeah.
what do you want this one? Well, what do you think? Why
Yeah.
are we talking to you, Nick? Why are we even talking to you?
Well, at least you had fun, right?
Oh, no, those are good
Oh,
projects.
it was a good time. It is
Yeah,
good
those are
time.
good projects.
Those are good people.
Yeah.
They're all good people.
Any other big ones stand out? Anything that people know of? Like,
No.
One of the big projects that we did was up at in Glastonbury. We were working for a general contractor, Saracen company.
Oh.
And they hired us to do. It was all metal framing. It was all metal building. It's a boathouse that they built in.
yep, that makes that noise.
It's a boathouse that they built in Glastonbury. It's right on the river.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's on the lower level they do all their crewing, all the boats and stuff.
The crew.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
for, it was for the
Yeah.
crew, yeah,
And
for the
then
high school.
upstairs they sort of
Rowing.
rent out for weddings or parties and stuff like that. But it's got like a really nice sort of like craftsman look to it, with the corbels coming out, coming down, and the whole way it was framed. But yeah, that was a big project, but it came out really nice. And with the metal, I remember with the metal, they put the trusses on, and you've got the fascia going off across. But when you went up on the lift, you're probably like 15 feet high on the lift to do this. You look down, and it was like the metal was like wavy.
Wavy.
It was up and down.
It looked like the
So
river.
it's like, how the hell are we supposed to make that look straight? And the weird thing about it is, like, right across from, like, looking at the building, there's 2 big soccer fields. They have actually 4 soccer fields there. So if you're in the soccer field, you're looking down. I mean, you're going to see that it looks like crap.
No
right?
kidding.
Oh. So we came up with a plan on how to do it, and we took a sheet of plywood, cut out a 45, and the overhangs were 4 feet, and then nailed a 2x4 on top and a 2x4 on the side that we could hold up underneath the thing to
Yeah.
see how off level it was. So we were going 90 off the wall. So we ended up doing that, and then Paul Saracen showed up, and he's like, Don, he goes, what are you doing? I said, Paul, I said, go up in the lift, take a look. He goes up in the lifts and he takes a look. He goes, oh my God. He goes, it's not supposed to be like this. I said, I know. I totally agree with you. He goes, so this is my solution. So I explained to him, I said, along the metal struts that come out, I said, we're going to take some self-tapping screws. We're going to put this 4x or this 2x plywood up there, and we're going to get our feed from where it is. We snapped a line all the way across the front. We had a line all the way across the front, like 250 feet,
Yeah,
200 feet,
200 feet,
all the way
that.
across the front. So then we had that, and then so we would go up there on the lift and then basically take some sheet metal screws, screw through the strut, and then screw through the plywood so everything was straight. So after we're all done, Paul came up to me and he's like, he goes, the cost and the time was worth it. He goes, that came out pretty nice.
Yeah.
That came out pretty nice. So I'm really proud of that one. That was a nice building.
That was one of the coldest winters we have ever
Oh,
worked.
yeah.
in.
It
It was freaking miserable.
Yeah.
The news guy came up and take pictures that day.
He wanted to do a story on.
He wanted to do a
working
story.
out in the cold.
Yeah.
And we happened to be working that Saturday, so he showed up that Saturday to do a story on us. And he did a story on us, and but it was like after working on Saturday, we're gonna work a half day, and it was windy and it was cold.
It was
It got to the
miserable.
point that we had to put, like, on the soffit that I was talking about that we all leveled off. We had to put the zip
Zip tape.
Yep. Yep.
zip, not zip tape, but the zip plywood up, and then we had to tape it.
Yeah.
Well, it was so cold the tape wouldn't stick.
Ah.
So we ended up having getting like hair dryers, like to dry your hair.
Regular hair
Had them plugged into the machine, and we had them down our shirts like this. And we
Try to keep warm.
Take our gloves off, and then we'd put our gloves over the thing, and it would just warm up our hands. And then what we'd do is we'd put the zip tape. It would stick a little bit, and then we'd take the hair dryer and then hit that with the hair dryer, and then it would loosen up the glue. And then we'd press on it and roll it, and then it would glue. It worked well.
Yeah.
But this guy is like, he's like, it's 11 o'clock, and I would have left at 10. But it's 11 o'clock, and
nice
I don't want
half
to. I want to impress, right? 'Cause he's doing a
story, yeah.
on cold. What's it like to work in the cold?
Well,
it
he
sucks.
froze.
May not be a good tagline for the beginning. So he goes, well, I'm going to be taking off. It was like around 11:45, and I said, goes, I'm going to be taking off. He goes, how late you guys going to work to? He goes, as soon as I see your brake lights, I said, we're out. We're out.
So they interviewed you and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice thing come up in the paper.
Yeah.
And then there's a company out in Florida who basically this is what they do. They see like taglines or headlines like that, and if it's like for a personal business, whatever, they'll make like
A frame
a frame
for it. Yeah.
with that picture in it and the storyline in, and then give it to you for like, well, I won't give it to you, but sell it to you for like 125 bucks.
Yeah.
But it was nice. They did a really nice cover story for us and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, he goes, your cover page that you guys the story did for us. He goes, had more people reading that than the Obama,
Yeah, there was an
the
Obama
Obama
story.
thing, the Obama story.
Oh, wow.
They're reading more about
Yeah,
us
it goes,
than the Obama.
your article did better than your Obama story.
That's the
like,
hope
cool.
for this bench.
We hope.
Someday,
Yeah.
someday we'll
We dream.
outpace maybe a president.
Just maybe outpays another realtor. That'd be cool.
A good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of them there.
Yeah, so that was a fun project.
Yeah, that was an interesting project. And a lot of those other guys that worked on that same project, they would laugh at us about our hair dryer.
dryer, yeah.
Yeah. And then one of the head guys comes up and goes, can we borrow your hair dryer? Our diesel vehicle won't work, so we need to dry it up.
unfreeze the line.
We
I
need to
looked at him
unfreeze
and
the
said,
line.
You're kidding
I'm
me,
going,
right? I said, all the BS you've been giving me. I said, since we've been using this, and now you're like, the tail between your legs. Can we borrow your hair dryer? That's a good idea, by the way. Yeah.
That reminds me of when AZEC first came out. You guys know
Yeah.
plastic wood, essentially. We were trimming a house, and it had rounded corners on the garage doors.
Yep.
And the they didn't have they now have like these steam books for them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It heats it up.
You
so-
can bend them.
Right. And they didn't have those when it first came out.
Yeah, yeah.
Or they were crazy expensive. We didn't have one. So my boss was like, you got to figure this out. I was like, to me, that was cool. I love
Hot
that
potato?
challenge.
Yeah.
I love that challenge. But yeah, he basically said it has to curve.
Yeah.
And so we built the jig to put them in, and then we took a piece of the large drainage, the plastic drainage. No, it was a sonotube.
Sonotube.
Yeah, it was a sonotube. We took the torpedo heater on one,
Oh, yeah.
and we put some blocks in so it would hold it. And then we basically made an oven.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it,
yeah.
And we had that on, and we covered the end. And the first one we way too long.
We baked it.
We're like, how long should it be? And then
You got some more?
we looked down there, and all the blocks, it was like, so there was like 1.5 blocks, and there was a little bit of space on it. So you had like a 3-inch drop. So each one, like
Had the
AZEC
3-inch
had
drop.
touched-
Touch it.
and it was
Between.
like, and we pulled it out, and it was like literally falling apart like a wet noodle. It was like, and it was all black and everything. I was like, oh, so 10 minutes is too long.
Regroup, reverse engineer.
Yeah. So we actually pulled it a little further away, and we were checking it every 2 minutes or so, and then we got it out on the thing, and it was a neat project to do that.
Yeah.
To like, you got to come up with a jig, you got to come up with the process.
Yeah.
To
Make it work.
melt it essentially, and then put it on. And then after that, I was kind of hooked on those weird projects that
Yeah.
are challenging. I love that. So
Yeah, those are nice to do. The weird ones are weird. They're fun.
yeah. I had
Where you have to think a little bit.
yeah, I had a couple in Chaplin that, over the course of a year and a half, 2 years, probably did over $100,000 worth of work, and they loved reclaimed. And so this house, when they bought it, it had just gotten refinished because it was under fire damage, and they bought it. The second story had been rebuilt essentially, and the carpenter that had taken it apart from the singed frame was throwing the sheathing in the grass. And when they bought it, they found the sheathing, and he just put it in the shed and wasn't really thinking about it. And
Yeah.
when I was there, they had a brick. There was like a 2-story brick fireplace,
Yep.
and she didn't like it. It was just that red brick. It had no antique look to it, nothing. It was just like really deep red. And she wanted it framed in. And then she said, can you do something with this wood? Because we kind of like the grain of it. And it turns out it was all chestnut. And I was like 14 and 16-inch
Wide.
Yeah.
wide pieces.
Oh, gee.
Those are beautiful things.
So we pressure washed it. They polyed it. They stained it and polyed it. They did the stain with the stainless steel
Yep.
and vinegar.
Yep.
And they would do that to it. And then, they polyed it. And then we had basically a framed-in 2-story.
Yep.
It was just like a chestnut waterfall.
Oh,
It was
wow.
really cool looking because they put a little gloss
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
And then, so it was just like projects like that. It was just like,
Yeah.
it was really cool where the guy that was stick framing the second story was just kind of throwing it in the grass.
Yeah.
And could have lost it. You could have
Yeah.
like these 14 and 16-inch pieces. It
Yeah.
was like all over the house, and it was the sheathing. And now it's like this remarkable like cabinet finish work or whatever. It was really cool. So, yeah, doing projects like that are a lot of fun where you get to create and kind of give a little artistic,
Get your own ideas.
your own artistic flair.
Yeah.
I dare say, in front of you two.
And I have to say, at this stage of our life with Rick and I, it's like, money's important, but it's not like it was like you have 3 kids and you've got a mortgage and you've got a car payment, you've got insurance. You may have some medical issues. I don't know how kids are going to do it these days
Yeah.
compared to us.
Yeah.
It's like, we're retired, we have our pension and stuff like that, but it's just like, it's just not the same. I mean, it's different, and hopefully I don't know if they'll feel that way when they're getting to their 60s, like a 20-year-old today or a 30-year-old,
Yeah.
if they're going to sort of feel like they don't need to like push so much.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want to push now, so
Yeah.
that's gonna happen when
No,
they
they don't.
True, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And they kind of already came up to this in in Europe, I believe, because they're a lot of the millennials age kids aren't having kids, and they're having population issues.
Oh,
They're not.
Well, that's
And we have the baby
It's a
boomers
decrease,
here in
yeah.
America, and then
Yeah.
we, I'm not having
decreasing.
12 kids.
yeah.
This is
The
not
pop-
happening.
The population issue dwells down to a tax issue.
Yeah,
You can't tax as
Oh,
many
right.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And so yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but hopefully the trades stay alive. I've got a couple of young plumbers out there that are making pretty
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
good money, the HVAC and learning the new technology and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And
I think the new wave is probably going to be back to the old days where going to be a lot of hands-on coming back onto
Yeah.
the industry
Well,
because
not only that, I
it's,
think
it's breaking down.
I
Yeah.
think the monetary aspect of it is like, you're not seeing those people around, but they need to be around.
Yeah.
right,
So,
and
like,
it-
Oh, you can't
HVAC
find, especially out here, you can't find anybody to come and do work.
Yeah.
And then when you do, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I think like they're going to be making doctors' wages pretty soon.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean that's number has to go up because how else are you going to pull people into the business?
oh yeah. I mean, one of the biggest ones is HVAC. I feel like,
Yeah,
did I say that right? HVAC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
They, I mean, they're charging big
Yeah.
money for
Yeah.
putting systems in. and-
HVACs and plumbers
yeah, the
and some of the carpenters are they're dying out
Yeah,
also.
not so much the carpenters though. That,
Well,
that number is
I
not
mean-
going up fast.
and I feel for it because that
It's like
industry,
anybody can go. Hit a nail with a
well,
hammer.
and therein lies the issue is that industry has always sorely lacked in a formal education as far as like when you get your E1 or
Yeah, yeah.
your
Electrical.
plumber's license
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. That part of that education is running a business.
Yeah.
Is
Oh, yeah.
finance.
Correct.
And
They-
I find that most contractors, they're really good at working with the wood,
Yep,
but
yeah, yeah.
the
When it comes down,
communication
yeah.
and the billing and the paying
No.
the bills and stuff.
No, you
is
have to be a
where-
chameleon.
is
You,
where they-
you have to be.
yeah.
You have to turn certain things off and on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So-
your bedside manner.
Yeah,
Clients. And,
yeah,
and then when you're sitting there and you got the husband, you got the wife, and you're trying to figure out who's actually making the decisions. But you can't say anything, but you sort of need to support the husband a little bit because he can say yay or nay.
Difference is a doctor is poor bedside manner. They still get paid at the end of the day. If
Yeah.
you, if you
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
you didn't get that job.
Yeah,
or,
you don't get the
or
job.
cut short. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
Yeah.
like what they say is like the doctor that passed his board by 1 point. Where you know
Yeah.
what they call him?
doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah.
You're still a doctor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You got to get a 75 on that one.
Nobody reveals their what they got
Yeah.
in their
I,
board.
I felt like all of them graduated top in their class for the longest
Who?
time. You never heard of anything else.
Never heard of a doctor fail.
Every doctor was like, "Oh, I graduated top of my class." I'm like, "Who didn't?"
Yeah.
Because they lied.
Which doctor didn't?
We're
Where's
gonna
the
go look it
guy?
up.
I feel like I had a doctor that didn't graduate.
Yeah.
He's the only one in his class.
Right?
He's salutatorian, valedictorian.
Yeah.
He's everything.
Yeah, both of them.
Both personalities.
Yeah. No, it's a trick when you get into business like that because you have to be a people person. You have to be business savvy. You have to know tax rules. And then you have to have accountants. You have to have lawyers. You have to have the whole thing. So, I mean, when you go to take that on, you have to understand that there's a bigger responsibility than just you saying I'm in business.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can pay the price if you don't have the right people looking out for you.
Yeah, we've all been through the building booms where everybody puts a magnet on their truck.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
swung a
Oh, yeah.
hammer.
Yeah.
for a
Yeah,
living.
yeah.
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 And it
Well-
sometimes it gives you more work. I remember showing up to a place, I told the guy I'd be there Tuesday at 8 a.m. to look at it, and he was just totally surprised that I was actually there. He was like, "Wait a minute, you're here? It's 10 of 8." It's like,
Go stand outside over there until 8 o'clock.
this doesn't make any sense. And I was just like surprised. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "The last 3 carpenters I called were no show, no call. They didn't even
Yeah.
show up." And I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
So he's like, I telling you this story, you probably can just name your price."
Yeah.
So, but Yeah, it's wild how you know, you see the waves go through.
Right.
You know, when people think you can make a killing or whatever.
Right.
How did you guys divide up the like who quoted, who met, who did jobs?
It was very simple. If it was his job, he's the boss. If it was my job, I'm the boss.
Oh, okay. So basically, working out of your own sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just like,
We-
I
he
mean,
had-
I knew what the clients wanted.
has
He knew what the
clients,
clients
I have
wanted.
mine.
So that's the way we worked it out. There's no headbutting.
Yeah, we
What do you
got
want me to
into
do?
a situation one time where
Oh, one of
I
the
made a
builders.
mistake. We were working for somebody, and then the person's, Ricky was gone for a little while, and she comes up to me. She's like, your brother said that you guys would change this for me, and I was like, so it's all trust, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, all right. So we change it. He comes back. He goes, what happened? It's like, she came up to me and said that she talked to you about this, and that it was okay to do this. And I said, just trying to keep the person happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no, that never happened. It was no big deal.
No.
It's just like, because that communication.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then we realized it's like, no, if you need a change done and he's your client, then he gets it. If I need a change done, I'm your client, or
You talk
you're
to
my
him.
client, then you talk to me.
Do you think she was trying to get free work out
Yes.
of
yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
she
yeah.
did get
Oh
free
yeah.
work.
you? Well, I didn't know if it was like a thing or if she really had it in her
No.
mind.
No, I don't.
She had the conversation.
I don't think she did it maliciously. I think
Yeah.
it might have been a confusion or a conversation
Yeah.
or whatever, but it was just like, she came up to me and says, I want that window changed. That was supposed to be over like another 2 feet. And changing a window,
It's fun.
it's framed. It's done. You got the headers, you got the plywood,
yeah.
you got the patching, you got all that stuff.
Right, right.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, we'll change the window. But it stayed that way.
Yeah.
And she was happy, but I learned that lesson relatively quick. It was like, okay, all right.
I had a woman once when I was there looking at the job, and I was going over. We're basically giving her a new front door on the kitchen, and we're painting the kitchen. And I asked her because she had some open beams. They came out of the sheetrock, and
Yep.
they were trimmed out. And I said, "Do you want me to paint them? Do you want me to, while I'm up there painting, I'm going to clean them. I know that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already putting in time for that."
Yeah.
And then she had 2 skylights, and I said, "Do you want me to paint the trim or leave it to stain work? Again, I'm going to clean it while I'm up there so I can paint around them anyway." And she says, no, just clean them. That'll be fine." And then, of course, we're
You're finishing up.
we're on the, 3rd touch-up coat of paint for the whole room, and she says, "I think I want those done." And I was like, "Okay." So get the primer out, and it's stained, so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
2
yeah.
coats of primer,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
3
yeah.
coats of paint. To
The
get-
kills and bends.
Oh
Yeah.
God, it was ridiculous. And so I didn't charge her, but then, I get down and she goes, "Well, you didn't paint the door." And I was like, "Yeah, the door would be it's another type of paint. It's another,
Yeah,
with-
yeah. It's
like,
Completely different.
I,
Yeah.
I asked you specifically if you wanted anything else done, and she got all mad at me, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't come back and paint the door." First of all, it was a true
Thermothrough?
Thermotrue.
Thermatrue door,
Yeah.
where it had Thermatrue paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what, $20 for
Yeah.
the little
Yeah,
half
little-
pint,
yeah, yeah,
whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't, that's,
Yeah,
it would have to be this. And I
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
her a price or whatever. And she's like, "Well, I don't want to pay for that." It's like, "Well, I'm sorry." And she was like the only one that probably ever would have given me a bad review, and she didn't do bad reviews or whatever, but it was just like, this isn't fair. You know that, right? Like,
You painted all the trim and
Like,
the
I
skylights,
did-
washed them down.
yeah,
for
I
nothing.
did all this
Yeah, yeah.
for all this other free work for you because you were indecisive about it. And now you want me to paint the door too? Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, "Well, I'm very unhappy." And I was just like, "Well, agree to disagree, I guess." I'm sorry. That was the only job I ever did where I was like, I felt like it was like,
Yeah.
just
You can't do enough.
you can't
Yeah.
do enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there are people like that.
Right.
People take advantage of that too.
Yeah,
But you learn to read them pretty quick.
Yeah, most.
They're like that probably everywhere in their
Yeah.
life.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
There's that point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most most people are really generous and
Yeah, yeah.
thankful that you're there. That whole thing. It's nice when you can show up after the fourth carpenter and on time and make yourself look good, and then you go from that.
I had a quote from a guy, or actually asked me for a quote, so I quoted him this stuff, and it's like a little bit of an old timer. He was like, I was like in my, I don't know, late 40s. He was in his late 60s, and he looks at me. He goes, "Son," he goes, "I want you to sharpen your pencil on this quote." I said, "Sure." I said, "Sure, sir." I said, "Am I sharpening it for you, or am I sharpening it for me?" He didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
I want you to sharpen your pencil on this one, son.
You want me to sharpen it so I can poke your eyes out?
There's that bedside manner.
Yeah. That's that bedside man. But even having that said, it's like when you work for a general contractor, or you work for somebody as a sub. There's a different relationship when you're dealing with like private individuals or residential individuals. Like you can speak your mind and you can say, what you want is stupid.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that with a residential person. It's just like, well, you can say it, but
Well, I did it to one customer. She wanted this addition put on her house. I go, the house is gonna look stupid if you do this. It's gonna look ridiculous. He goes, you're gonna do it? I go, no, I'm not doing it. My name's going on that stupid thing. Are you serious?
put my name on that.
I'm not gonna do it. Well, come on.
What was the name of your company?
Soucy and Sons Inc.
Soucy and Sons Inc.
Ah, it's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very unique.
Yeah. How long did you think of that name?
Well, it was probably their.
Was.
It was just real.
I didn't name it. My dad named it.
I was just gonna say it was probably their parents, and they didn't know much else in English.
Yeah.
They knew how to spell Soucy and Sons.
Was it in English or French on the side of the truck?
Throw me down the stairs, my hammer.
Mato.
Yeah.
Cheers. What are you guys, 50-something years in carpentry?
All of that. Yeah.
Thank you guys for sharing with us. Appreciate it.
Problem.
And thank you for this copper and cast.
Sort of glad it's over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to retirement too.
I'm at this.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. I try to limit the time I spend with them, but it's at least an hour on Monday.
I take that back. I thought we were done. No, this is great. Everybody, this is awesome. Awesome.
Boy, I hope the call is bad.
I could
No,
be
you
picking,
So we can say no.
I could be picking scabs, but no, I'm here. I'm here.
And you paid for dinner.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And I paid for dinner. Yeah.
And we appreciate that.
Win-win.
We do appreciate that. Well, if you guys want to give out your number, we can do some work.
Absolutely not.
Just look up Soucy and Sons Inc.
Yeah, you won't find them on the
You
internet.
won't find them.
If you have a yellow page or a
Who's
white
got
page.
an old phone book still?
Yeah.
It might be in that one, but it's going to be in the 60s.
It'll be in an offshore account somewhere.
I remember some years ago we were helping Uncle Barry shore up the bottom of his
Oh, his deck?
addition deck
Yeah, yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And I asked you for a card because I got hit up.
Yeah.
And he was literally crossing his dad's name out. Writing in Rick. You never even got new cards.
No. We had people asking us for cards, and we even ran out of, like, when you were like back like 10 years ago, we ran out of slips like writing out what the cost was
For billing
paid in
people?
full.
Of billing, yeah.
We ran out of slips, so it's like, so I ended up finding like a little little metal folder that I had that had like 4 or 5 of them in there, and I guarded those with, like, those were precious. I guarded
Oh, so
because
those were
it's
for
like,
big jobs, really
big jobs.
expensive.
Yeah, you want to look professional. Right? Some people, you don't care.
Everyone else just pay us cash.
Yeah. Here's a napkin. Don't use it for dinner, but it does have your quote
We've had
on
a
it.
lot of people ask. A lot of people ask us and ask me, says, you got a card? You got some cards? Give us some cards. I was like, no, we don't have cards. And they're like, you don't have cards?
True
I said,
word of
no.
mouth.
Yeah.
How do you
He's
stay
like-
busy?
Yeah,
We don't want to be.
He's like, so how do you get your work? I said, that's the problem. We hand out a card, people have your phone number, and they keep calling you. So you end up having to get up the next day, go quote the job, not sure if you're going to get the job. And then, you do that for like a week and a half. And then, so I was like, no, we don't do cards anymore. It's all word of mouth. So we have a pretty good reputation. I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
so that's
guys-
good.
I mean, if it keeps you busy, yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Oh, it does. It's a lot of repeat customers that we have here and there all over the place, which
Yeah.
is really nice.
Well,
And
yeah, you're
we
coming
know-
up
we know
against
they're
your
those
own
people.
work,
Yeah.
so it's not a
Yeah.
surprise when you
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
see something.
Yeah, we know we built this. I know where every stud is.
We know where the impression level is. We don't have to top our.
That's right. You're like, do I have to take one of those,
Yeah.
those build things out?
Did you ever have to replace some of the bad products that they came out and insisted that you used? Like the,
No.
Like the customer.
I don't know, just like I remember one supply house was pressuring us to use
Oh yeah, no,
Trex,
we have.
Trex decking, and then it all started deteriorating.
Yeah,
And
deteriorated
Trex paid for it all, but
Yeah.
it was just like
Even still,
now we have double the work.
They didn't pay for the labor.
they didn't pay for the labor. They just
Paid
paid
for
for the
the
material.
I don't remember.
So
how
who
that
paid for
worked.
the
Yeah.
labor?
It was
You eat it, or the homeowner.
The
does.
homeowner had to eat it.
Got it. So usually that's the warranty. They'll replace the item.
Yeah.
It's like we did some siding, and we had a bay window had the siding. We did the siding, it was like a dark blue, a nice blue, but like a dark blue. And we come back the next day, and so let's say it's like a 12-foot wall, and then there's another, say, 12-foot wall on the other side. Well, the siding on the other wall that didn't have a window, where the grill was, had all rippled. It all rippled and warped. And they didn't use the grill, so it wasn't a heat issue. So come to find out, we had the rep come down. The rep came down, took a look at it, took a look at the window, and then looked at the siding and looked at where the sun was coming. So the sun was going through the window on one side, throughout the other side, increased the temperature, and then basically rippled.
Holy moly.
Cooked the siding.
Cook the siding
Yeah.
from the window.
From the-
yeah.
Oh, he
they had
saw that before.
They had a
He
lot
had
of
to.
issues with
Yeah.
that, with reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The window.
Yeah.
So
reflection
they
heat,
paid for
everything.
the siding, but they didn't pay for for taking out and putting back on. But they would.
Well,
Yeah,
and
replace it.
and having to reconfigure a window because it would have just kept happening, right?
Yeah, yeah. But they put so what they did is they put a sheet of it's like cement board, maybe about half-inch. And they put a sheet up against the wall behind the grill because it just happened to be
Yeah.
behind the grill, so it made sense to put something there anyway to keep the heat off of it.
Yeah.
But if just the heat from the window, I can't imagine would be
reflection.
hotter than the heat from a grill.
Right.
So they did that, and that took care of it. And then there was another little piece up above that we had. It was the second story, like a story and a half, and we started doing the siding. And I wrote, it was the last piece, and I clicked it in, right? I put the little clips in there, clipped it in, right? By the time that I was done caulking around the windows, and by the time I was doing that, it had rippled on me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it was the last piece, so we took it down,
Yeah.
put another one up, but it's like,
It was going to happen
when does
again.
it stop?
Yeah, it shifts. with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
weather,
yeah.
The temperature. And what brand of siding was that?
I think it was a mastic. That was
Yeah,
a
it was
mastic.
Oh,
mastic.
great. We're not going to get them as
What? Yeah.
advertising.
They
on
have
you.
shareholders.
Get a
They don't
certainty.
belong at the bench. We used a lot of certainty, and we didn't have too many issues with them.
No.
You just had to have that tolerance. You had to cut it basically loose with it
Oh, yeah,
between
everything
the
has to be
channels
loose.
so
Everything
that it
has
would
to be
move.
loose, yeah.
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 You nail it loose and you cut
Yeah,
it
yeah.
loose. And
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Siding, vinyl siding hangs on your house. It's not nailed to your house.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like a curtain. It just
Yep.
hangs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't do one thing right, it'll fill with water.
It'll ripple on you too.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's why they got all the little holes at the bottom, for little weep holes on
Yeah.
the bottom of the siding.
Oh, so
Yeah.
if water gets behind it, it'll leap out.
Yeah, whip out.
yeah, you got to be careful with infestation because those holes get clogged and everything too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it has condensation issues and it can have expansion contraction issues. At the same, So
What's favorite kind of siding?
My favorite kind of siding would be clapboard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
clapboard.
your house is clap.
Wood?
Yeah,
Like
wood.
cedar shake?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, see,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Cedar shakes or clapboard. That'd be my favorite siding.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the only thing is you gotta maintain it, paint it, and
Yeah, the only thing is, can you afford it?
Well,
That too.
now I don't
Yeah.
think anybody can afford it.
No, wood is
Try to buy-
insane.
Try to buy a piece of clear cedar,
Clear
cedar
cedar.
cedar, and it's all like You got 1 foot, you got 6 inches, you got 8 inches, you got 3 feet. all
CVGs.
finger jointed. Yeah.
Oh.
All finger jointed.
Yeah.
It's hard to find like a solid piece, and if you do find it, you get
Well,
ready
it
to
doesn't
pay for
grow, and it doesn't grow fast enough and
No.
you use it,
it.
right?
Yeah.
But I thought cedar was one of the species that we won't run out of. They said that it grows,
We'll run out of anything.
grows fast enough, but
Well,
I don't
You
know.
have to argue with him.
I don't know.
He brought up the point.
I think that was pine grows fast enough.
I remember talking to actually Ray Bergeron over at Eastford Building Supply, who was Wood Guy of the Year like a couple of times, and
Wood Guy.
whatever that means.
Is that a
He was
self-nomination?
awesome, but I remember
Yeah,
him
we'll
saying
we'll
that-
leave that one alone. We won't touch that one. We'll leave that one alone.
we'll leave his wood alone.
At a boy though.
Attaboy.
2 years in a row, you did good.
But I remember him saying that that was one of the ones that like his suppliers told him that we wouldn't run out of cedar for whatever quality it was. Who knows? But like cork, we're running out of.
Yeah, but how do they know? Like, they don't know trends, right? Like, something popular comes up that is using cedar,
Yeah.
right? If
Right.
Cedar Shakes come back and everyone's like, it's on HGTV or freaking
Well, there's
Chip Games.
There's an
does it.
affordability factor behind that too, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, you can get as much cedar as you want, but what I get the other day at Joe's,
White
I got
cedar.
8. This was not finger jointed. This was like solid cedar. I got 8-footers, 1 9-footer, and 2 12s. 1x6 half-inch clapboard. $800.
Oh,
Yeah.
$800.
it's a good thing you pass that cost on to your client.
I ended up.
Hopefully, you do the calculation correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up because we were replacing some siding around a window, and the siding was pretty bad. It was pine siding, but I couldn't get any pine siding, so we replaced it with the cedar. And he's gonna have
Wait, do the math. How many square feet is that? Or board
so
feet
8
is that?
board foot. So
About half a square.
yeah, every 10 foot, you get 10 in a pack by 10 feet. That's half a square. It doesn't cover half a square depending on.
What you do? Yeah.
yeah.
Right, of
On,
course.
on,
Yeah,
on your overlap.
yeah, exactly.
Overlap
The
and
weather.
offset
Yeah.
joint.
Yep.
and
So I would say that was like a little bit more than half a square. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit more than half a square. $800.
I remember.
So
when
I took back 4, and I took back.
They let you break up the pack?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, if
Well,
you're
they
gonna spend that kind of money,
they were
should
hard to
bring the damn
find,
thing
so they
back.
weren't in a pack when I
Oh,
got them.
gotcha.
They were
Okay.
all broken
yeah,
up,
yeah.
so I had to pick out the good ones. But yeah, so I brought 4 8-footers back, and I brought the 12 back, and that was $375.
wow. At the bottom of my contracts when I worked, I would promise the labor for 6 months, but the product.
Yeah, the
you
product.
can't-
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
material, cost
If
of
there's a
material.
shift change.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
And that's so much more volatile now.
Oh.
I feel like since COVID.
Oh,
It's
dude,
like,
Jesus, during
everything's
COVID,
different. Where you could
2020,
Like,
you couldn't find pressure treated.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't find pressure treated wood.
Huh.
Everybody was building their decks to work
Yeah,
from
yeah.
home on.
Yeah, everybody's
Decks
doing
and-
projects.
Yeah.
Nothing better to do.
they're doing decks and they're doing they're building picnic tables,
Well,
and
they
selling
also-
them.
We also had issues with labor in the supply line, like people going to work to mill the wood. They
Yeah.
had issues with that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was like I remember Jameson Surplus couldn't get boots from during COVID. He couldn't get boots from
Chippewa,
yeah, but they were made in
Taiwan.
Vietnam,
Oh, it's close.
and he was like they have like
Chippewa name.
they have like 4 guys. They have like 4 guys working in the factory, and those 4 guys, whatever they produce, goes to like the big sellers.
Oh,
You
okay,
know,
yeah,
not
yeah.
the small guys.
Not the small
It was
guy.
like I was like, oh, that's
And then one got COVID.
and spread it to the other.
Taught him a lesson. Taught him a lesson.
Man, who knew if they called out of work, the whole Chippewa world just stopped?
Yeah. So it was crazy times, but I feel like as far as labor and a lot of the products, especially building
it's all
products,
tied-
it just hasn't calmed
tied
down.
in. No.
Still volatile.
No.
Yeah.
Still up and down. Yeah, you definitely call for a quote. You don't just.
Yeah.
I remember you used to be able to like $250 a square. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do, shingles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not anymore.
$250 a square. I'll
Yep.
get a guy here by Monday.
Yeah.
That's like so not true anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was wild times, but
Yeah, COVID did a number on the construction trade.
Maybe you guys survived. You're thriving.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, we did.
they don't have AI marketing.
Yeah, they don't have any marketing.
We had a contract. I had not a contract, but I had a builder in Chaplin who was going to do. He had 60 apartments,
Wow.
and he wanted to do a front porch off of the front of the apartments, and he wanted to redo all the decks on the backside. So the apartments were basically 2 stories, so it was just a deck on the backside, 10 by 12, I think. And we were supposed to start that when COVID hit, and then basically lost that because you couldn't work around the house, you couldn't go
Yeah.
inside the house.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could,
yeah.
It was just like, yeah, we just
So
totally lost that
stupid.
contract. It was-
Yeah, and then he probably had people that weren't paying rent because they couldn't afford it.
Correct.
Correct,
That
yeah.
he can't afford to
yeah,
pay
you can't afford to pay you on the
replace the
backside.
deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a ripple effect, man.
So many issues, so much inflicted chaos.
Yeah.
It's just wild. Well, guys, I really appreciate you coming out and catering this event.
Bringing whiskey.
More than one way.
You pretty much provided everything.
You should make that. You should make that a rule from now on. If you're coming to this podcast,
Well, it's like unwritten.
you got to deliver.
Well, I usually call ahead of time and be like, "What do you want to drink?" And I thought you guys are more coffee guys than I knew you were bourbon, so I definitely bought bourbon.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, yeah, we thank you.
I
to Fully
usually
Stoked Coffee.
I usually travel with my bourbon and cigars.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. And I did bring Fully Stoked Coffee out, so right over there. But I had a cup. No one else did. I'll have more tomorrow.
You have some for tomorrow. Iced coffee.
Thank you to Fully Stoked and all the other people that bring stuff to the bench. I really appreciate it. Kyle really appreciates it.
Yeah, we do.
It's been really cool.
Yeah, congratulations on your 100th one.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
100th. Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
100th
Pretty
show.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Wild.
think we got a hobby going.
What do you see the difference from like your first year to now?
Things work.
The way that,
Clear.
the way they're
Not me.
supposed to.
The equipment.
Yeah. He's still not working. So yeah, he's
I sell houses, please.
Yeah.
Call me. Do not do the tech.
I needs to sell.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
So like the first year, we had to call probably 40% of
Yeah.
the people and ask them to come on. And it started,
Trickle
people
effect.
calling
Yeah.
in saying they want to be on, and then the second year it's been 95% people calling us
Oh, okay.
to come on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's I can't thank people enough for just recognizing how cool.
So
it
do
is,
you
all
see
the-
yourself
all the
as
work
a
it shares.
forum as far as education, as far as
Oh, no, we definitely don't educate. And people should not think that we educate on this platform.
So faux pas.
or as far as like promoting businesses and other.
Yeah, we're
venues
more
that
of
are out there?
a promotion. I did
We're a vessel.
on
did.
our 1 year anniversary. Him and I just BS'd right here with the cameras. We didn't have any guests on.
Be cool if we had clients though.
And we did.
We have.
Shout out to the American
we
Legion.
had two.
Yeah, we have had
Shout
a few.
out to the
Yeah.
American Legion and Brandon Long, who both paid us
Yeah.
for some advertising.
So we can actually say we're professional podcasters.
Well, I don't know about
'cause
that.
All you gotta do, you just have to get paid.
I don't want to be held to the standard of professional.
That's very
That's
fair.
so wrong.
Yeah, we don't meet it at all in any other. Right.
But at our 1 year anniversary, I went over a couple of goals I had for the year, and one was to have more schools involved. Ellis Tech has agreed to come on. We have to remove all the booze, and all the alcohol out of here.
Bring the coffee cups out.
But they
Would it-
finally
Would
went
it
up.
be easier to just bring one camera and one mic there?
No, we don't really do well on the road, and we've learned that.
Yeah,
We're not roadies.
It's just
Well,
that
you can be roadie.
yeah. The tech piece is just
yeah.
it's just hard to
To
pick up and move.
Bring
and,
this,
yeah.
and I mean, I don't lift heavy stuff anymore, and this bench is really heavy.
I never did.
But Ellis Tech has gone through the whatever chains of command that they needed, and they're scheduled to come on November 3rd. So right before our 2nd year anniversary, we got them on. You know,
All right, cool.
Real nice.
So yeah, the one thing is definitely to promote the trades and promote small business, obviously entrepreneurs, that kind of thing, and you know, just hopefully. You know, we like to keep it PG-13, so like, you know, like a kid could watch and be like, oh,
Yeah.
the
No, it makes
carpentry
sense.
sound.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Honestly, you
That
guys
makes sense.
really did make it sound like, you know, like it's a cool job.
Almost legit.
I mean,
You really want to do this, guys? Really? Come on!
except for their whole billing.
So much
piece.
fun.
But yeah, for that and to bring in educators. You know, I say all the content and the talent is on that side of the bench. We're just kind of asking you about
Bringing it out.
You know?
Probing.
Um,
You're like a proctologist.
Matt the proctologist. That does.
less latex involved. Thank goodness.
Cut your nails.
Rover.
We almost made it to the end.
Cut your nails.
That's a big ring you got there.
Because it
That's
gets
my
on your
wristwatch.
And Kyle, I want to thank you for the latest decoration behind Ricky.
Oh
here.
yeah. I don't know if it was a prank on us or you, but I laugh every time. I mean, I don't. I didn't have many opportunities to flaunt my toothless face
Yeah, Kyle
in
brought us
11
a
months.
shower curtain with him and what is it, swimming goggles and
Yeah,
and a
they were.
toothless smile here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
like.
there it
Yeah, it's so good.
On the internet forever.
That's right. Man, you know, I'll be famous for anything. I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Again, not holding that professional standard by
No,
any means.
I got my 4 minutes. I got another 11 coming.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't vet people here.
Nope.
So you want to come on, you come on, and
Yeah. Yeah.
anything we can do for the like-minded entrepreneur.
That want work, you know. You guys don't, but you know,
Yeah.
we like people that do want it.
Yeah. Someday we'd really like it to be like where they come on the community workbench and then they can call me up and say, "Hey, I've got too much work now because we were on the bench. Everybody saw us, you know." So like and share out there.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to hear that from us.
Weird.
No. Based on your marketing ploy.
I sensed you were trying to plug that in. Hey, how about you guys say something like, no, it's on you. You say whatever you want. You guys, so whatever you want. We're good.
You didn't get the script before you got it.
I have your number. I'll post it.
You have my number, all right.
And now he has your voice, he has pictures, he has video, he has everything.
Yeah, if only I knew what to do with it.
I could probably make money.
I don't know how to work the editing software. You're safe.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Oh, man.
Yeah. When it came to editing, so Don, you came. You were out sick or something.
Yeah.
But you had
First
come
time.
to
First time.
the first time. He was one of the pilots, and so when I first had the idea for this platform, I thought we'd record with 5, cameras, 5 SD cards, load them all into the computer, and then edit our way with how we switch the cameras and stuff. And no, that's like 1 hour of that is like 5 hours in the editing room if you're good at it.
Yeah, I
and I'm
remember-
not good at
I
it.
remember saying that.
So we just spent more money.
Money on it?
Not on the labor, but on the device.
On the machine.
Yeah, got a switcher.
It's a good start.
And thankfully Kyle runs it and likes running it, and,
Oh,
and
you have to go that far.
You don't have a choice.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
it keeps coming every Monday.
You give me
so-
like free T-shirts, free bourbon.
Yeah, what's not to like?
What's mine is yours.
if the free gifts stop.
I noticed you took the summer off.
We'll have to talk.
And I noticed when I came back, there were a bunch of gifts here waiting for me.
What's your name on it?
Monogrammed and all.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
again, thank you guys. Thank you to the community. Thank you everybody for watching. The Community Workbench family is promoting their Be the One campaign. It was started by the American Legion in efforts to stop veteran suicide. If you know a veteran, call them. I'll also extend that to any first responder, anyone that does emergency situations. Call them, check in on them. And if you need more details, go to betheone.org. There's plenty of training. We also have the Quiet Corner peer support group that you can reach out to. They're on Facebook. They have a lot of training, a lot of professionals that give their time to work with any individual that has any kind of PTSD. It's really a cool first responder benefit. So if you can, be the one. And other than that, next week, join us Monday night, October 6th, when we interview the Intergalactic Beats Project. I believe they do a lot of artwork, a lot of art galleries, and a lot of music. But we'll learn what they're all about on Monday. As always, buy local, hire local, dine local, volunteer local, donate local. Don't hire the Soucy boys. They're trying to
Please.
retire.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much for that non-plug.
Have great days. We're going to have another drink.